I'm here in Medjugorje next to Our Lady, she's over there. Here we are in the back of the church and of St. James, and I'm with, what's your name?
Geraldine Sava.
Where are you from, Geraldine?
I'm from London.
From London, yeah.
I live in Wembley, which is a place most people know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm a retired person.
Uh-huh.
I'm quite active in my parish,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm very, very grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the English Martyrs.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
We have a very joyful Nigerian priest,
Uh-huh.
and we sing a lot.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
Well, we are like a family in English Martyrs. We do morning prayer and we have Mass every day. And I'm really grateful for the parish that I'm in.
Beautiful.
There's many lessons learned every day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pleased to be in Medjugorje because I needed a break from everyday life. And I came here at the last moment for New Year's Eve, and it's the best thing I could have done. It's probably the best New Year's Eve I've ever experienced.
Why? What happened?
Well, normally, you'd be with friends, having a drink and maybe partying if everybody had got over lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be in the church at midnight, it really felt special and hopefully the start of a good new year.
Mm-hmm.
We were all so sad after lockdown
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and I think now we've got to look towards a good year.
Mm-hmm.
So please God,
Uh-huh.
we'll get over what's happened. We know it's hard getting everything back to normal, but I think if we trust God and pray and look forward, we'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll survive.
Yeah. And you said you went to Lourdes, and Lourdes changed your life. What happened in Lourdes? You went on a pilgrimage
Well,
there?
my godmother
Mm-hmm.
took me to help her because she'd had a stroke and she was in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
I think really she just wanted to take me there, but she said, needn't have a stranger looking after me, you come and look after me. And I went,
Mm-hmm.
not expecting what it would be like.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just amazing. It showed me a whole new world,
Mm-hmm.
that people with faith, you just somehow know each other, although you've never seen each other before. You just share stuff, and you look forward to every day. And because Lourdes, there's so many people that are unwell, but you see this joy in them when you go there. And they're like the VIPs. Even the road in Lourdes, the wheelchair lane is the priority.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a really lovely experience. And I went back probably 8 times after that. The next time I went as a proper helper, which was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
You looked after the people in your hotel, a different person every day. And it was just fantastic. It just changed my life. And it helped me strengthen my own faith too.
In which way?
I managed to do little things that I didn't think I could. Looking after sick people, I didn't think I'd be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, even sort of looking after them personally, which was fantastic.
Wow, beautiful.
Yeah. And it was strange because the whole week when I did that was working, but it was far better than just going and enjoying yourself and stuff like that. It was wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best Lourdes I had too was with the Handicapped Children's Trust at one Easter.
Mm-hmm.
I went with the Sussex diocese. That was amazing with the children.
Mm-hmm.
It's so joyful, honestly.
Yeah. Wow, beautiful.
Yeah.
And in which way deepened your faith? Can you describe it a bit? You had a more living relationship with Christ?
I can honestly say that when I went to Lourdes, that I suddenly woke up and realised that God and Our Lady was real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd always believed since I was at school.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the RE lessons and being quite fascinated when I received communion. I was probably about 6 or 7, but I remember preparing for communion and I was almost excited. But that I'd forgotten for years and years until I went to Lourdes. So it was like the penny dropped that God's really there.
And what you changed afterwards? You went more to mass or
Yeah.
Or confession or rosary?
Yeah, before I went to Lourdes, it was just mass once a week, and I thought I was a good Catholic. But I started to want to go more when I came home. I was still working, so I wasn't able to go to daily mass so much then. But I retired 20 years ago because my mother had dementia, and I gave up my job to try and help look after her.
Beautiful.
And that's when I started to do daily mass, and now I have to go.
You have to go.
Otherwise the day doesn't start for me.
But why? What is so special about Holy Mass for you? Can you describe it?
I go there and I'm just really looking forward to, I do the morning prayer with a little group, and I just love the morning prayer. You know, I can hear the words, and then I think, you know, who wrote all this? And we know who wrote it all. And it's amazing that all around the world everybody's doing the same morning prayer.
It's the Catholic Church, isn't that beautiful?
And I just find the words so beautiful, really beautiful.
Wow,
and then, of course, receiving communion every day. It really does give me joy.
Holy Communion, no?
Yeah,
that's what I thought this morning I have to ask that people as well.
Yeah.
Holy Communion, it's for me, it gives joy, no?
I really feel something when we're about to receive Holy Communion. I really feel that God's going to come to me.
Same
I really
with me,
do,
no?
genuinely. It almost frightens me sometimes.
God's so big, no?
It's
that
a
Christ,
physical joy.
Yeah. And that's the center of our faith, actually.
Absolutely.
You know? That's what I thought this morning. We have to talk more about the Eucharist, no?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so you go to confession as well?
Yes. I should go once a month, but you know, sometimes it's not always available on a Saturday in the church. But
What is the
try
beauty?
to go once a
What
month.
is the beauty of confession for you?
It makes me think, what are my sins? Because I think once you try and live a life of faith, you try not to sin, and then I kind of think, oh, it's all right. But I mean, we do sin every day, don't we? Even in the thought, or you might say something about somebody, not meaning any harm.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get involved with other people's conversations about other people. And you know, you don't like to say to them, don't say that, but really by listening to it you are sinning. So all those little sins that you overlook throughout the day, I try and prepare myself for confession.
And do you feel lighter afterwards?
Yeah, always.
Lighter.
Or if I've really had a trauma and I've reacted to something I shouldn't, I need to go to confession. I don't like getting angry. It bruises me. And so I always confess.
And what would you tell people who are maybe fearful to go and say, what would the priest
You're
think of
talking
me?
to God, and the priest doesn't judge you. And several priests have told me they don't even remember afterwards what they say, because you've spoken to God and God's taken that to himself.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You pray the,
I really believe that.
Yeah. Same with me, was my experience. And you pray the rosary?
Yeah, that I'm ashamed of, that I hadn't done a rosary until I was 50. I don't know why. My mother was a good Catholic, but she never did the rosary. And yet, telling you that, I did the rosary with her the night before she died.
Wow, you did with her?
I did.
Wow.
And I was almost embarrassed to start it. How sad. And at the end of that rosary, I didn't know she was going to die the next morning. But she said to me, "Thank you, dear, that was lovely. And when I got there, I'll save you a seat." And I've never forgotten that. And she died the next morning. Sadly, I wasn't there. They called me and I was too late. But
wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you have somebody up there. Your seat is already prepared?
Absolutely. Well, my father's the one that's interesting.
Yeah.
He was Anglican Church of England.
Okay.
And when Mum died, I brought him in to live with me because he wouldn't have survived without her. He was totally dependent on her. And I brought him to live with me, and he saw me going to Mass every day, And my friends from the Franciscan friars would come and visit for birthdays, and sometimes they'd want a relaxing day and come round and we'd have a meal and watch a film. And gradually my dad started to ask me about the Catholic faith. Anyway, one of the priests came from America, Father Glenn, who I was very fond of because he had a great sense of humour and very, very holy as well. And because he knew Mum had died, he took my dad in the other room and talked to him about becoming a Catholic. And he told my dad, you know, if you become a Catholic and you confess, you'll be certain of going to meet Peggy in heaven. So a week later my dad said, I think I'd like to become a Catholic. And my words to him were, oh Dad, you mustn't do that just to please me. So he said to me, I'm not, I really want to. So of course I called in the parish priest, Father Huth, who was there then, and he came and spoke to Dad without me in the room, and he said, no, he really wants to. So he started to come and speak to Dad to prepare him. And then Dad went into hospital. And Father Huth came into the hospital and brought my father into the Catholic Church. Yeah, and a very good woman at our church brought communion in every week. And he died a Catholic and had the sacrament of the sick from the friars a lot, and he died a Catholic. And I was with my dad when he died doing the Divine Mercy. And it was the 5th of November, and the moment he died all the fireworks went off. And I thought, he's gone up to heaven on one.
Wow, good job you did as a daughter. Isn't that beautiful?
I'm so grateful with that.
What a story.
I'm sure my parents were in heaven.
I think so. Yeah, they would
and
shop
my
with
godmother who saved my life when she took me to Lourdes. But you know, I'm in Medjugorje, and the beauty of Medjugorje touches me every time I come here.
What is it? Can you describe it for somebody who hasn't been here?
I really feel that Our Lady is here. I really do. And I think, how could all these people get so much joy and peace without God and Our Lady? I mean, you just can't buy it.
You can't buy it.
You can't buy it.
You can't buy it.
You can't make it. You have to really put all your trust in.
Yeah. And come experience yourself, no? You have a special place in Medjugorje you like? Yeah?
That's quite a difficult one actually, because the whole place, Adoration, if I'm honest with you, I've become very rewarded with Adoration, with holy hours. So yeah, this time I went into the small church for about an hour and a half on
Personal
my own.
adoration.
And it was very rewarding, yeah.
Can you describe? I think it's a tool in our faith, no?
It is. And
what is the rewarding thing about it?
It's just the feeling you get from it. I don't know, I feel loved
Because
when
Christ
I go
is
in
there in
front
the
of
Eucharist.
Blessed Sacrament.
Yeah.
I believe he's truly there. We have a holy hour in our parish on Thursday. In fact, I'm hurting now because it'll be over now and I've missed it. It's my special moment in the church every week, that holy hour.
Wow.
We have the Blessed Sacrament exposed on Saturday with Novena to Our Lady, but that holy hour every week it's almost the highlight of my week. It's a feeling in my heart.
Feeling
Really?
loved and praised.
Yeah, really.
Beautiful. Wow.
It's lovely.
And you know, there are a lot of people out there that think God the Father is a grumpy old man sitting on a throne waiting that we go to hell, that he can send us to hell when we make a mistake. But he is not. Can you describe God the Father, the love, or how he is? How would you describe him?
I imagine him, well, obviously most pictures that you are fond of. I got a picture of the Divine Mercy from a nun. I think it was in Wales, I can't really remember. And I enlarged the face and I've got it in my bedroom in a big gold frame, and it is so beautiful. I stare at that face and I feel the love, and that's the image I have of God.
The Father.
Yeah.
Wow, beautiful.
What fascinates me is that I also believe...
Closer now because it's so loud outside.
I also believe that when we see God, somehow he'll look like all of us. It's not going to be black or brown or white, and It fascinates me how that's going to happen, but I believe it will.
And what would you tell, like you told me, what would you give people as an advice to marry? You told me such beautiful thing as an advice. What if they choose? A lot of young people in Medjugorje look for a partner.
To make sure that you will be best friends and soulmates, and always be honest, never have to hide anything or lie not to offend somebody or avoid a row. Honesty and really feeling connected as friends is the most important thing. Doesn't matter about looks or money or where you live even. You know, you could live in a tent if you were best friends. Yeah, it's the most important thing. And never be frightened to say the truth, which is something that I've always suffered until recently.
Me too.
The truth does set you free, and it's very scary when you say something you shouldn't, but you feel so much better once you say it.
Beautiful. Thank you for this beautiful interview.
Well, thank you. I can't imagine why you want to interview me, but you know, it's made me think about things, especially being here with Our Lady close by. And I think, why are we so embarrassed to say that we believe Our Lady's here and Jesus is here?
Yeah, I believe it too.
That's why I'm going for the Angelus.
Yes. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you very much, Thomas.